Hey guys, welcome back to another Blu-ray unboxing video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Shin Godzilla on Blu-ray. So here it is, we got the Blu-ray here, and before we get into the unboxing guys, I just gotta say, I'm really surprised that we got a re-release of this Blu-ray. It's been kind of a crazy story with me in this movie. So I remember when this movie was released back in the day on Blu-ray, there was an initial Blu-ray release way back in the day. I'll probably put the date up on the screen here if I remember, but they did an initial Blu-ray release of this movie way back in the day, and I wasn't really big into Godzilla at the time, so I didn't think anything of that initial release, and I didn't buy it. And you know, years later, we got Godzilla Minus One here, and this movie really blew me away, and I really enjoyed this movie. And so when I saw this movie, I was like, okay, I've heard Shin Godzilla is pretty good, so I should give that one a watch. But then, because I didn't buy that initial release, of course, that was the only release that Shin Godzilla had at the time, and you know, it was sold out, you couldn't find it anywhere. And if you wanted to buy that initial release, you would have to go to eBay where, you know, resellers were selling it for ridiculous prices. And so, I was really bummed that I wasn't able to give Shin Godzilla a rewatch. But recently, this past year, they put Shin Godzilla back in theaters as a special 4K re-release, and I got to watch it in theaters. And while I wasn't totally blown away by the movie like I was with Godzilla Minus One, I am really glad that I was able to watch it in theaters, and I'm really glad that because of that re-release for its anniversary in theaters, they decided to re-release it on Blu-ray and 4K. Now, I was originally planning on picking up the 4K, but my local Walmart where I picked this Blu-ray up from, they had the 4K, but all of the slipcovers were badly damaged to the point that I didn't even want to buy the 4K. So when I saw the Blu-ray, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to pick up the Blu-ray, and that's all said and good. But yeah. The other thing that I wanted to mention was that I was really surprised that my Walmart, well, most Walmarts actually, were putting out this release. I was not expecting these Blu-rays to be released in Walmart. Like, I thought that was going to be an online-only thing where you would have to go on Amazon to buy it if you wanted it. But no, Walmart has been having these in stock. So I would say if you're a big Godzilla fan, go to your local Walmarts, and if you don't have Shin Godzilla yet, buy it and add it to the collection, because you don't want to be like me where you don't buy it and then years later you regret it. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But with that being said, here we got the Blu-ray here. Taking a look at the front cover. Up at the top, you've got the little banner letting you know this is a Blu-ray edition of this movie. And here on the cover, we've got Godzilla himself with the title Shin Godzilla. And he's looking very menacing, very crazy. The contrast between the black and the red is just really striking and really cool and really nice. But that's that front cover there. Taking a look at the spine, you get the title once again, along with the G-Kids logo, the Toho logo, and the Blu-ray disc logo. On the spine, you get the same thing. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the back. And on the back here, we've got another picture of Godzilla in the way that he looks in this movie. Very scarred, very menacing looking. We get a little blurb from David Ehrlich, I think, of IndieWire, saying, a critical and compelling addition to the kaiju canon. You got a description of the movie there, so if you want to pause the video, give that a read, you're more than welcome to do so. You've got your list of bonus features there, which I'm really glad. It looks like we get quite a few bonus features here, so those will be cool to watch. You've got some technical specs. You got some logos down here. And this movie is rated PG-13 for some creature violence and action. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take off the slipcover here. Looks like it's pretty much the same there. So we'll go ahead and we'll take off the shrink wrap here. So taking off that shrink wrap there, here's that front cover. So that'll be what it looks like once they stop printing the slip covers. And then we'll take a look at the spine here. So there it is, pretty much the same as the slip cover. And then the back. And there's all that information there. Very much the same as the slip cover, so I'll just go as slow as I can in case you guys wanted to read it, if you didn't get a chance to read it before. And yeah, but with that being said, let's go ahead and open it up. And you've got a little insert here for Godzilla.com, official news, exclusive collectibles, and film and kaiju archives. And you've got a little code here, monthly drops from the Godzilla store in Japan. Get 15% off your first Godzilla store order when you sign up for the newsletter. So yeah, Godzilla's got his own website. Pretty cool. But taking a look at the Blu-ray, this is a 2-disc Blu-ray set. So on the left, you've got your bonus features on the white disc. Just plain Jane white. No disc art, which is unfortunate, but as long as you could watch the movie, I'm fine with it. And on the right, you've got the feature film on Blu-ray on a red disc. And yeah, nothing on the inside it looks like. But just for fun, here's the outside in its entirety. And yeah, that is Shin Godzilla, the Blu-ray re-release. And there we go. That was my Blu-ray unboxing of Shin Godzilla, the 2025 Blu-ray re-release. And yeah, I gotta say, you guys, this movie was not as action-packed as Godzilla Minus One. There is still some pretty good Godzilla action in this movie, but it's very minimal. But I think for what this movie was going for, I think this movie definitely has a lot to say. And it really brings back Godzilla to more of its allegorical roots, like the original movie. You know, Godzilla himself was an allegory for atomic weaponry and the destruction that it causes. And I think with this movie, they really try to go back to those roots, and it's a really interesting watch, and it's a very, very interesting movie to add to your Godzilla collection. And so, like I said, if you're able to find this movie out in the wild, don't pass up on it. Try and buy it and add it to your collection, because it's worth a watch. But with that being said, that's basically it for this Blu-ray unboxing video. Like I said, I picked this version up from Walmart. The Blu-ray was going for $22.96, and the 4K was going for like $29.96. So there's a couple of options out there. I'm really glad that we've got the opportunity to buy this again in the United States. You know, there's quite a few options out there to buy. So right now, as far as I know, you could get it with the standard Blu-ray. You could get it on the 4K. And I know that there's a 4K Steelbook. I don't know if that's coming later. I'm pretty sure it is. But if it's not released right now, it is coming later on down the line. So that's another option for us here in the US if you guys are interested. But with that being said, that's basically it. If you guys have seen this movie, let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments below. Try to avoid spoilers. And for those of you that haven't seen the movie yet, let me know if this particular version piques your interest in picking up and adding to your collection. But that's basically it for this video, you guys. If you guys made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next Blu-ray unboxing video. Later.